Good evening, everybody, and a happy Friday to you all. The first Friday of October, and the spooky month is upon us. And actually, once again, weirdly, things kind of worked out. For you see, tonight we're going to be talking about a VR for Robert at Commenting Collector, in which I'm going to show off my ultimate fantasy baseball team with lineup, which confused the crap out of me, through baseball cards. So, figuring it's the spooky season and it's baseball related, I wondered if I could kill two birds with one stone, and essentially I did. For sliding in, boom! It is a Halloween-themed beer, and I will explain the other tie-in in a moment. Grains. This is from Brewery, Ommegang, All Hallows Treat. Imperial Peanut Butter Stout at 7.6%. And here's the kicker as to why I chose this one in particular. Donde está? Where is it? There it is. They have a plant out in Kansas City. However, Brewery Ommegang is located in Cooperstown, New York, the home of the Baseball Hall of Fame. And weirdly, there is a Cooperstown brewing company that does a lot of baseball-themed beers. For some reason, I don't know if they've just have slowed down production, but they do not distribute outside of that area. They used to come up here a lot, but they do not. So, not as much peanut butter, and I'll give you my thoughts on the peanut butter in the beer in a moment, but we do have, I think this could be good. And this is a fresh one. This is one of their newer series. They do a lot of good Belgian-style beers. Look at that. Did that actually work? How much is this? This is a pint? What are you? Tell me your secrets. It doesn't want to tell me it's... Oh, it is. 1 pint. All right, so this is about a 20-ounce glass. Little bit of peanut butter, but it looks fantastic. It smells like... I'm shocked it doesn't have more of a peanut butter smell, but I'll get to that in a minute because we're going to flip it around and then show off some baseball cards and some random talk. And once again, just in the matter of a minute and a half before I flip the camera around, the carbonation has all but disappeared. However, there is a reason for that in a fresh beer. And it's also the peanut butter reason. So let's see. So it's... for an Imperial Stout, you can't really tell from here, but it doesn't look as viscous as it should for the style of beer it is. Okay, now a little bit more peanut butter, but it's more like it's like the mix of peanut butter and cocoa, but more heavy on the cocoa. And the issue with peanut butter is because it's an oil. And if you're adding additional oil to a beer, it's going to react in a very strange way. I know my buddies and I, when I worked at the beer store, we attempted making something with peanut butter and we just couldn't get it to work because it was either you put in a little bit and it messed up how the brewing happened, which is why I also think it's not as thick and it's not holding, the head retention. Well, let's take a sip of it first. I just realized I haven't done that. All right, what does the can say? The can is awesome looking, by the way. Sweet and spooky, like a perfect Halloween night. All Hallows Treat rekindles your favorite childhood holiday memories. Aromas, and flavors of dark chocolate, creamy peanut butter, and a soft vanilla finish with a smooth body and medium mouthfeel. Perfect throwback that brings you back to your first bite of a chocolate peanut butter cup. Chocolate, peanut butter, yum. I would actually agree with most of that. It is kind of sweet. There is a hint of peanut butter, but it's more tempered by the chocolate. And so back to the peanut butter thing, you add a little, it gives the mildest hint of a flavor, or you add way too much and it just completely overpowers it. So with peanut butter especially, like I said, because it's a fat and because it's an oil and it's like adding additional oil to a baking recipe, it's going to have an impact on the final product. That said, that's pretty tasty. Like, I've had other peanut butter beers. Some were really good. Others were bordering on atrocious. This is rather nice. So, kudos to Ommegang. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's either Ommegang or Ommegang. I've had people that work there tell me both different ways. I'm going to be curious to see how much more peanut butter comes out as this warms up. So, back to the point at hand. Robert, commenting collector. Link to him will be down below, obviously. Check out his channel. He does some amazing stuff. He shows off some cool stuff you're never going to see, stuff you're probably going to see and not believe that you saw. Don't ask me to do that again because I probably couldn't. That said, he has hit his 500 subscriber mark, so congratulations to you, man. And he is asking for your ultimate fantasy baseball lineup through cards, which I have, cards. But the kicker for me is he wanted a batting order as well. And I started looking at the people I had, and I legitimately did this. I didn't sneak in, a power-hitting outfielder to play shortstop just because I wanted another thing. No, I kept it where these guys actually played the majority of their career position-wise. And I started realizing that I had a pattern. You have like 6 or 7 guys on a 9 lineup, because there's also, the DH because you have a pitcher. You have 6 or 7 guys that spent the majority, if not all of their career, batting 3 or 4. It's like, what do you do? Like, at some point, a guy that bats number 3 or bats number 4 is going to be at the bottom of the lineup. And that's actually pretty much exactly what happened. Almost to the point, and this is going to be weird, almost to the point where I nearly led off with the DH. But I'll get to him in a minute. So we're going to do the first 3, then I'm going to pause for beer. We'll do the second 3, pause for beer. You get the point. So here we go, and this is going to be a mix of cards, and then stats are going to go right up there, and then we're going to take a look and see how it goes each time. I'm going to try to remember what side the camera is on the phone, so I can, I can actually do this relatively fast. So number 1, we're going to start off and with our second baseman, because the man gets a lot of hits, got on base a lot, and it's an older card, which there it is right there. It's not going to focus because I'm there, but hopefully you can see it good enough. That is the 1963 Bazooka All-Time Greats of Rogers Hornby, who is going to lead this off and play second base. And now you look at his stats. I'm going to put that up there while I read them off with you. I mean, look at that. Over 2,900 hits, 300 home runs, nearly 1,600 RBIs. World Series MVP, he won the World Series in 1926, 2-time National League MVP, 2-time Triple Crown, 7-time NL batting champion, played the majority of his career for St. Louis between the Cardinals and the Browns in a couple different stints. But it's like, you know what? That's the way to do it. And I know that you want to lead off with the guy that's going to get a hit, that's going to get on base, because you want to have that base running. So, and it's like, that's why I almost led off with my DH, although we will see in a little bit, the DH got moved from 1 down to 8. This is going to get crazy. Number 2, we're going to our first baseman. He is going to be hitting number 2. Usually I think he hit 3 or 4. And this is going to be a shout out to Lisa Z. We love you and we miss you. And it is this guy right here. It is Miggy. And this is the 2023 Topps 1988 Throwback 35th Anniversary All-Star. And Miggy is going number 2 because, again, stats. It's all about hits. I want guys that are going to make contact. And guess what? I got him. Over 300 career batting average, 500 home runs, almost 3,200 hits, almost 1,900 RBIs, World Series, 12-time All-Star, AL MVP twice, a Triple Crown winner himself, Silver Slugger, batting champion, home run leaders. Miggy could play. Miggy could hit the ball for absolute sure. And speaking of guys that can hit the ball, and this is going to be shout out to Tim Incognito and shout out to Cash and Dad, because number 3 and playing in center field, it's got to be this guy, Ken Griffey Jr. on the Diamond Kings from 1993. I mean, and that's where it gets confusing, because it's like, man, there was a lot of guys that I could have chosen from, and also dependent on guys that I had cards for. But the kid, so much time in Seattle, 2,700 hits, 284 batting average, 630 home runs, 13-time All-Star, AL MVP, 10 Gold Gloves. The man can play the outfield. Silver Slugger, the man can hit. And, a proud one of Pittsburgh's favorite sons from Denora, Pennsylvania. And we're going to take a pause there for sip number 2. I don't know, something. So there you go. But then I got to thinking, weirdly, it's almost like I essentially have 3 sets of 1, 2, 3 hitters in a very weird way, because I've got guys coming up that can get on base. I got guys that can steal the bases. I've got guys that can hit, that's for sure, because that's where I was going. And I figure that's what we're doing. So, now the aroma's changed. Getting a lot more, weird as this sounds, it's almost like caramel, but it's peanut butter. So I am the confused. But let's sip and see if I am still the confused. Well, that changed. I'm not sure how I felt about that. That changed very drastically. Like, the flavor disappeared quickly, but it was almost like weirdly astringent. That was odd. I don't know. We'll come back to that one. Because now we move on to number 4, the cleanup hitter, and we're going to left field this time. And this is a beautiful card. I just got it recently. Thank you, Budget Rips. But it is the Topps 2020 of Teddy Ballgame, Ted Williams. I love this thing. And I didn't really show it. Look how thick that thing is. But Ted Williams, I mean, batting average alone, 344, 521 home runs, 2,600 hits, 1,800 home runs, played the entire of his legendary career with Boston, 19-time All-Star, 2-time AL MVP, a twice Triple Crown winner himself, also was the batting champion 6 times and 4-time home run leader. Yeah, the man can hit. Oh, and I also forgot to mention this guy right here, Rogers Hornsby, Hall of Fame, 1942. Miggy will be in the Hall of Fame at some point. The kid, where is he at? 2016 Hall of Fame. Ted Williams, 1966 Hall of Fame. So we're going to be loading up on the Hall of Famers. And, I mean, it's hard. You look at their stats, and it's like, well, it makes sense that they're in the Hall of Fame because them boys can play. All right, and number 5, and this one is going to finish off the outfield. We're going to finish off with our right fielder. And this one, I mean, I had to because it's Roberto Clemente. I mean, let's be honest, it's Roberto Clemente. 3,000 hits, and this is a 2021 Topps archive that came as one of the things from A Mess of Things when I won the Minute Rips. Thank you, John Burgess. 317 batting average, 3,000 hits on the money, and for those that were trying to say, oh, a couple of them hits should have been, there were actually baseball researchers that were trying to take away hits from Roberto Clemente. How dare you? Just how dare you, good sirs. 2-time World Series, 60 and 71, 15-time All-Star, NL MVP, World Series MVP, 12 Gold Gloves, batting champion, and they waived the waiting period after his tragic death in that plane crash off the coast of Puerto Rico. Baseball Hall of Fame class of 1973. And then, this one's going to be shout out to Vince, our number 6, and playing shortstop on the 2019 Stadium Club. And I love this card, and I love Stadium Club. We've got Ernie Banks on the Cubbies. Like I say, shout out Vince. Shout out Don't Talk to Robots. And we have got, just with the more hits, 274 batting average, 2,500 plus hits, 512 home runs, 1,600 RBIs, 14 All-Stars, 2 NL MVPs, Gold Glove, Baseball Hall of Fame, 1977. So I'd say we're doing pretty well. We've got the entire outfield done. We've got center, left, right done. We've got first, second, and shortstop. So all we need is the third baseman, the DH, the catcher, and our pitcher. And as luck would have it, those are the ones that are going to be coming up next. So, but we're going to get to that in a minute because let's see what this did now. Now it's kind of smelling mapley. What sorcery is befalling you? I don't know. Yeah, it's getting weirdly sharp. Weirdly sharp and bitey. I don't know if I like that, actually. That's a shame because normally I like the stuff that I'm drinking, but that's getting weird. But we're nearly done. So now we turn our attention to the back half, and again, this is where it's going to go. And I apologize to everybody who's seen me start to throw guys like Roberto Clemente at number 5. Like, why would he be at number 5? He would be number 3, number 4. And possibly same with this guy, because number 7, in playing third base, this is a shout out to Adam's Card Closet, because this is actually where I got the card from. And it is Chipper Jones right here. This is the 1999 Topps autographs, the first and only Chipper autograph I own, and probably the only one I ever will own, and I picked it up from Adam, so thank you much, good sir. And Chipper actually 100% deserves a spot on the list. We got a 303 batting average, and also because Atlanta Braves, shout out to Zach Squared and shout out to Josh. 27-26 hits, 468 home runs, 1,600 plus RBIs, won the World Series in 95, 8-time All-Star, NL MVP, Silver Slugger, batting champion, Baseball Hall of Fame class of 2018. And now if you've been keeping count, kids, this is the number 8 spot, and this is where it gets a little weird, because here comes my DH. And I went with this guy. I thought of him initially because I wanted him on the team, because the man was a great base stealer, was a great fielder, great hitter, but the problem is he was a third baseman. Then I looked, and he spent a lot more games as a designated hitter than he did at third base, of which he played 800 or so. And right here, it is Paul Molitor, and this is a TTM I got back. Is that in focus? Probably not, and I apologize, but it is a bat relic from 2023, Allen and Ginter. Got him to sign that, and I am very happy for it. So Paul Molitor will be number 8 and will be the DH. And here's why I wanted to get him first. I almost let off with him. 306 batting average, 3,319 hits. The man could put lumber to hide, that's for sure. 234 home runs, 1,300 RBIs, 504 stolen bases. That's why I wanted them on there. But I figure it actually will make sense with him here. But he got the World Series 1993 in Toronto, World Series MVP that year as well, 7-time All-Star, 4-time Silver Slugger, and Baseball Hall of Fame class of 2004. And now we go to the catcher. And there was no doubt in my mind who I had to have, and I told Robert that there might be a little bit of a twist, and here is my twist. For this is also a card coming from Adam. This is a 2003 Topps E-Topps Classic. And it's a misprint, and I will explain why. And it is this man right here. It is Josh Gibson. And as you can see up there, it says Kansas City Monarchs. Now, the reason that is a misprint, because, the Kansas City Monarchs were one of the Negro League teams. And other than a short stint with I think it was the Memphis Redbirds, and playing a little bit in Mexico and the Caribbean, Josh Gibson played his entire career in the Negro Leagues, bouncing back and forth between the two teams in Pittsburgh, the Homestead Grays and the Pittsburgh Crawfords. But here's why. Because, in 2024, the MLB finally decided to recognize what little Negro League statistics they actually had, and here's where it gets confusing. He is recognized by the Hall and the MLB as a 371 career batting average, 831 hits, 171 home runs, 746 RBIs. He was a 2-time Negro World Series champion, 1943 and 1944 with the Homestead Grays, 12-time All-Star, 3-time Negro National League batting champion, and a 2-time Triple Crown winner himself. And because the records were spotty at best, and historians are still debating, whatever, a lot of his home runs wouldn't have counted because they weren't in official games, notwithstanding that the Negro League seasons were greatly shorter than the Major League Baseball seasons. Records were, again, spotty at best. And the fact of the matter is they also did the barnstorming tours, playing against Major League Baseball teams. So they don't know how many people are still trying, because they are finding more and more records and more accounts of the quality of hitting that Josh Gibson had. On On his Hall of Fame plaque, because he's Hall of Fame class of 1972, on his Hall of Fame plaque it reads the words almost 800 home runs. And people are stopping, arguing that, because there are a lot of people are saying, yeah, they were barnstorming games and not quote-unquote official games, but I can't remember who it was. Griffith, from Griffith Stadium, I think. He once said that Josh Gibson hit more balls into the left field stand than the entire American League. And so he was playing in Major League Baseball stadiums and hitting him in the bleachers. So the 800 home runs, which could be 800 plus, I think could very well do it. And I don't know how much more of that I want to drink, so we're just gonna finish this, and we're gonna go to the pitcher's mound, because I want guys. I got to get somebody to take them out. Plus, I wanted to show off at TTM. This one isn't one I got, but it is one I obtained in a trade. And this is the 1988 Pacific Legends Series 1. It is Warren Spahn. It is signed Buffalo Legend, by the way. Shout out to the late, great Warren Spahn. Played the bulk of his career with the Braves between Boston and Milwaukee. 363 wins, a 3.09 ERA, over 2,500 strikeouts. One-time World Series champion in 1957 when they were the Milwaukee Braves. 17-time All-Star, a Cy Young in 1957. Led the NL in wins 8 times, 3 times in ERA, 4 times in strikeout. Oh yeah, and by the way, also pitched 2 no-hitters, September the 16th, 1960, and April the 28th, 1961. Also member of the Baseball Hall of Fame, class of 1973. I like that. And that actually, because I'm not the biggest fan of baseball in comparison to football per se, and I just whacked myself in the glasses. That was funny. It was kind of difficult to come up with a batting order because I'd never done it before. I never really thought about it. I knew roughly what to do, but it's like this kind of made me put on the thinking cap, and I was very appreciative. That was a lot of fun. I'm very glad I did that. So Robert, Commenting Collector, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Link to him will be down below, obviously. Check him out. This VR, I believe, I wrote it down. I think it's going on until October 31st, Halloween, I believe he said it was. But either way, the link to him will be down below, and a link to the video will be down there as well. And we're going to wrap it up. It's October, guys. So if anybody has anything spookily interesting they want me to dig into, so you guys don't have to and ramble about for 15, 20 minutes or so, please let me know in the comments. Also, let me know in the comments, are you actually enjoying this stuff? Because I'm still enjoying doing it. So we're going to finish this off. We're going to tease for tomorrow. And tomorrow, I really went down a weird history rabbit hole for tomorrow. It's part 1, because there's going to be several parts of it whenever I can't think of anything and need something on the fly. But tomorrow is going to be part 1. I'm going to take a look at 5 of the strangest conflicts and battles in world history. Mind you, I said I'm going to take a look at 5, and this is part 1. There's a lot of weird things that were fought over and fought about. So that's going to be a fun one. I hope you'll enjoy that. I don't know. If it's like this, I'm gonna have to chalk it up to as it's a loss, because it should not get this weird as it gets warmer. Oh, yeah, exactly. It's actually getting... It's like... Whoa! It's like that ethanol warmth is coming out. Yeah, no, that is unfortunate. It had promise, and that's the problem with peanut butter. Sometimes it is just gonna... Whoo! That is gonna take over. Sorry, I normally like their stuff. They do a lot of really good stuff, but this one, for me, massive swing and a miss. I'm not a fan of that one. But can't win them all. We got to try something. It was good at the start, but just as it warmed up, it just kind of went south. But that's going to do it. So cheers, my friends. I'm not picking that up again. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're having one along with me again, cheers, my friends. And we're going to leave you with this parting thought. And this is actually, it might be pretty true for me, if you think about it. Just if you think about it. Somebody's mother probably used you as the bad example of which she told her kids about. Have a good night, everybody.